My mom heard about Capital Debate, the organization, through a friend of a friend, and she didn't bother asking me. She just signed me up without my consent, but I'm now very grateful that she did.
Today we're talking with Lola, someone who has been part of Capital Debate for several years now. She started our virtual summer camp back in 2021, and in 2024 she joined our in-person camp, and this year she joined the program as a counselor and trainee. And Lola's journey is a great example of how debate can shape confidence, leadership, and communication in so many different ways. Thanks for joining, Lola. It's great to have you here.
My name's Lola Huang. I'm a junior at Conestoga High School. I live in southeastern PA, and I'm currently 16 years old.
Awesome. Okay, so do you remember your first experience in Capital, and how did you get involved?
So my first experience with Capital was a 2021 virtual summer camp that I did in the midst of COVID. The reason I got involved was because growing up, my parents and adults had always told me that I should get involved with the debate because apparently I love to argue and I was good at it. And I don't think it was meant to be a compliment, but I took it as one. And so my mom heard about Capital Debate, the organization, through a friend of a friend, and she didn't bother asking me. She just signed me up without my consent, but I'm now very grateful that she did. So that's how I first got involved with Capital.
Awesome. That's not unusual at all. You said you started back in 2021, the virtual, right? But
Yeah.
you remember, what do you remember most about it? Like best memories and your first impressions after you started it?
I really liked the topic we did, actually, because I think it was space exploration. I don't remember the exact wording of the prompt, but I was a little disappointed because I think the prompt was something along the lines of, do you think space exploration is beneficial? Do you think we should prioritize it? And I got put on the con side. But as a person, I love space exploration, and I was always very fascinated with space as a kid. So that was that's what I remember most about it. And it actually turned out to be a great learning experience because it helped me realize that in debate, what you're arguing for in the moment won't always align with your personal views, and that's okay. It made me realize that sometimes being very passionate and very steadfast, kind of stubborn about a topic doesn't actually help you in debate. You need to learn to be flexible and to be able to not switch your personal views, but kind of pretend in the moment. That's what I remember the most.
Awesome. So you came back for an in-person camp, was it like 2024? So what made you want to come back to an in-person camp?
After that virtual camp, I felt like I always had an itch to do debates or something debate related. So that was the summer before my sophomore year, and during my freshman year, I had tried to branch out to some debate related clubs. My school didn't have an actual debate team, but we did have mock trial. And what I didn't realize about mock trial was that you had to try out. And so I was put on the kind of the junior varsity team, so we didn't actually get to go out and compete, which was really disappointing to me. So, that itch still wasn't scratched. So during that summer, I asked my mom, and she decided to sign me up for the Villanova camp. And it was truly an amazing experience. I met so many friends that I'm still in contact with today. I had a great experience with the coaches. I performed well in the tournament, and so Coach Stanley suggested that I try out the CIT program, and it sounded like a wonderful opportunity for me to further hone my debate skills, but also maybe to develop leadership skills. So I took him up on the opportunity.
Nice. Awesome. And how do you think you've changed as a speaker, as a person? Because you don't only get the debate skills, public speaking skills, but you also get those soft skills, especially as a young woman going to was your first time camp away from home?
Yes, it was actually my first sleepaway camp.
Yeah. So how do you think you changed as a speaker, as a person, since you first joined Capital Debate?
I think the obvious answer is that I'm more confident in both my debate skills and my public speaking skills. I remember finding out after a few years of doing Capitol Debate that public speaking is actually the #1 fear in America. And
Mhm.
I was dumbfounded. I was like, what? I love public speaking. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely more confident in myself as a speaker and also just in general. I think I'm more eloquent too. I pay more attention to filler words and minimizing them when I try to speak. I
Mhm.
also think I have a lot more knowledge about debate jargon, like cross-examination, refutation, and
Mhm.
um, like the different forms of debate. I think as a person, I really learned how to branch out. It was at first, in regards to the CIT program, it was a little hard navigating the role because I think it can be an awkward position at first. You're not exactly a junior instructor, you're obviously not a senior coach or senior instructor, but you're also not exactly a camper. And some of the campers were actually my age, so it was a little strange to have to go in and kind of take on a leadership role. But I think that experience helped me, and just in general with Capitol Debate, it helped me branch out to different people and realize that, oh, talking to new people really isn't as scary as a lot of people make it out to be.
Mhm. Yeah. So about being at CIT, was there a moment that you felt like kids looked up to you, or that you were helping them out in some way?
Um, I think when they were developing their speeches, because I was working with the younger kids, all they had to do was one persuasive speech. We
Mhm.
really started from scratch, and because a lot of the kids were younger and this was their first ever experience with debate, they didn't really know what to do. Obviously, Coach Leslie was great and she walked them through it, but as they
Mhm.
were writing their speech, it was a lot. These kids were in elementary school and they had to completely write their own speech from scratch, do their own research, come up with their own claims, and find their own evidence. And
Mhm.
so obviously, I tried to help them out with that. And especially during speech delivery, when they started presenting the speeches they had written, I was
Mhm.
like, I would give them feedback, and then watching them apply the feedback and then improve because of that feedback, that was a moment where I really felt like, wow, I've made a difference with these kids.
Great, great, great. And what's something you learned from mentoring these kids that surprised you?
I think along similar lines, I realized that while I was giving advice, I was being a bit of a hypocrite because I would tell them, oh, try not to fidget with your note cards, make your hand gestures more intentional, don't look down as much. And then I realized, oh, I should really be applying this to myself. So I think just learning about how much watching others can benefit you, and then learning to take your own advice and being more self-aware. I think that's
Mhm.
what I learned most from that experience.
Awesome. That's all what being a real leader is all about, right?
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so you did join the club debate tournament, right? Yeah, congratulations, you won first speaker, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Was that your first tournament?
Yes, it was. I had never done club league
You
before.
never done club before.
Mm-mm.
How different was that? And what did winning the tournament mean to you?
I wouldn't say the club league is too much different than participating in summer camps. Obviously, it's virtual and it's only 1 hour a week, but
Mhm.
during that hour, we get a lot of instruction, and there are also workshops that you can attend on weekends that really help out, I think. And you also have a lot of time and then assignments due that kind of keep you on track. Um, what did that win mean to me? I think I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when I was younger in middle school, when people would tell me I should get involved with debate, I think something that was keeping me from actively seeking out a debate opportunities was this doubt in my head, like, am I good enough? Because I was kind of a shy kid. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable speaking in front of people, arguing or like disagreeing with people. But I think it just assured that, like the insecure middle schooler in me, that I'm good enough.
Mhm.
And I will point out that a lot of my competitors were a lot younger than me, so I definitely had the advantage there. But
Mhm.
overall, it was a great experience. A little tedious, 8 hours of sitting in front of a screen, but it also just reminded me how much I love the thrill of debate and getting out there and speaking up.
Great. Awesome. So do you think the skills you build through debate help you outside of competition too? And how?
Yeah, I think debate is one of those hobbies where you develop the most versatile skills. These skills can include like public speaking, communication, critical thinking, active listening, communication, collaboration. Like the list just goes on. Also, thinking on your feet. I think that's super important. So, to answer the question, yeah, I absolutely believe the skills I've built through debate will help me outside of a competitive environment. For example, at school, I lead a few clubs, and I think I've really seen the skills I've developed from debate benefit me there, especially in terms of public speaking and leadership. Even in the workplace, like I work as a tutor, I have to collaborate with other tutors sometimes, and on my sports team, my hockey team, when there's conflict, I think I'm a better mediator now, I'm a better communicator, I'm more level-headed, and I also think debate has helped me mitigate conflict because it's helped me learn how to put myself in the other person's shoes. Because, as I've said, active listening is so important. Like, actively listening to your opponent, not just to think of an argument that you can throw back at them, but to truly understand what they're saying.
That was a great answer. So how does debate connect to your future goals? What are your goals for the future? You want to share a little bit about that? And
I'm not too sure about my goals for the future yet, in terms of what I want to study in college and what I want as a career. But in short term, I really want to expand my organization that I started, which is called Speak Up Youth, and it focuses on providing free debate-oriented workshops for kids in my community. And I also want to get involved with policy, maybe in like the public health sector. So in terms of expanding Speak Up Youth, I think that will require a lot of organization, planning, collaboration, all skills that debate has taught me, and then obviously teaching the lessons themselves. If I'm going to be teaching young kids, I need to be very well versed in debate. And then in terms of policy, debate has definitely helped with public speaking, which is obviously very debate oriented, and compromising, collaborating with others. I think in particular, the compromising part is something I've developed through like cross-examination portion of debate, and I think cross-examination, that's honestly my favorite part of our debate format because it's so real. You don't know what you might have an idea, but you're not exactly sure what your opponent is going to say, and so I think it's the best simulation of what might happen in real life. Like, it teaches you that you have to think on your feet, and sometimes ceding part of a point to an opponent is okay, which will definitely connect to work that needs to be done in public policy. I think that's all about compromise.
great. Can you talk a little bit about this organization that you started? When did that came to be? Why did you want to do that? And
I think I started actually right after I got back from my CIT experience because I was really inspired by the kids there and how much debate can help them. And so I got in contact with my local library and I asked, hey, do you guys have any spots available? Do you think that this program would be a good fit for for the library's goals? And they were like, yeah, this sounds great. And so right now I'm in the process. We are partners, and we have an established time and we have an established curriculum and location. The first session I think will take place sometime in early November, so I can get back to you on that. But I haven't actually had a workshop yet, but I'm very excited to get started.
wow, that's amazing.
Thank
That's
you.
so nice. So what's your favorite memory from the time you were at camp?
Ooh, this is a hard one. I've loved all my
It
time.
could be the first time you went to camp or as a CIT this year.
Okay, I would have to say karaoke night when I was a CIT at Hun. I think one aspect of the CIT program that I have a love-hate relationship it with is that even though you're technically not a camper, they still give you a lot of opportunities where you can still act like one, let loose, have fun, kind of forget you're in a leadership position for a second.
Mhm.
I remember all the residential kids gathering in the common area and singing to like classic songs. Like I think we did Die with a Smile by Bruno Mars and Last Friday Night by Lady Gaga. But it was just, that's one of my favorite memories because it was so fun seeing the community we built, especially among the residential kids, and how everyone, even the kids that were a little shyer by nature when they first arrived at camp, how they opened up and let themselves have fun. It was just it was such a fun day.
Speaking about community, what makes the Capital Bay community special to you then?
I think it's how quickly people bond with each other. I'm not sure if it's just a debate kid thing, but I've been to some other camps and I have to say Capital Debate is one of the fastest bonding camps I've been to. Not just student to student bonds, but also students and coaches. I think that Capital Debate coaches have a talent of being able to connect and relate to their kids, which makes the kids very comfortable with them, willing to open up, and will ultimately help improve their debate skills overall. Among campers though, during my first camp at Villanova, I remember meeting new people on the first day, not really talking to them, but by the end of the second day, we were acting like decade-long friends that had like, it was just insane. Like we were acting like best friends. I think this is because of like the friendly collaboration and the friendly competition among the campers there. I think that really helps people develop bonds and feel like there's a community.
Awesome community. Love that. So if a young student or kid were thinking about joining Capital Debate, what would you want to tell them? If they had no idea what this was all about, what would you say to them?
I'd say, of course, do it. Get started as soon as possible. I'd assure them that even if you have zero debate experience, even if you're not comfortable speaking in front of people, even if you think you'd be a bad public speaker, the coaches will help you through that. It's all gonna be okay. You're gonna meet friends there and everything will be fine. You're gonna have a successful experience. I think I would also emphasize to them that debate is such an important skill to have. It's not just a niche thing that you'll only be able to apply during this summer or during whenever the program is, but the skills that you get from it, a lot of the skills that I've mentioned before, it can be applied to so many aspects of life and will help you a lot in your future. So it's a great opportunity. Take it, stay involved as long as possible. Yeah.
Awesome. Even if you're shy?
Yes, even if you're shy.
Okay, so when you look back at everything you've done, you're in Capital Bay, you did the virtual, you did the in-person, you did the CIT program, tournament, what are you most proud of?
I'd say there's two main things I'm most proud of. First off, like I've mentioned before, helping the kids build their speeches at Hun. That was one of the most amazing experiences I think I've ever had. Just seeing them start from scratch and then walking them through the whole process with Coach Leslie, and then being able to see the fruits of their labor on like showcase day. It was almost like watching someone piece together a jigsaw puzzle, and then it was just so amazing to be able to help them and then see them apply the feedback we give them and then ultimately end up with an amazing speech. And to know that we helped them accomplish that was a very heart-touching experience to me. I was very proud of both the kids and myself and Coach Leslie for that. And the second thing I would say is, this is very general, but just how much I've grown as a public speaker and a debater. As a kid, I was definitely more on the shy side. I didn't raise my hand in class. I did not like public speaking. I was always scared to do that, and I was afraid of judgment. But I think debate has just opened me up to almost seeing the world in a new light. It's made me less afraid of conflict, because I used to avoid conflict at all costs. I hated disagreeing with people, but now I realize that disagreement can actually be a very fruitful thing. Like it's not just arguing with people. You're trying to come to a compromise and you're trying to really understand the other person. And sometimes I think the best solutions come through disagreement. So I
Mhm.
think that learning how to disagree with people, how to disagree with people respectfully, not being afraid of conflict, that growth, I think that's what I'm most proud of.
Awesome. That's great. I know I asked you, what would you tell them, right? If they were wondering about joining the program or not. But what advice would you give to someone who's nervous about joining public speaking? Like you mentioned before, it's the number one fear, right, in America. What
Yeah.
would you give to like a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, going to a summer camp for the first time? They had no idea what to expect. What advice you give if they're nervous? They could be shy and nervous at the same time.
Mhm.
What is your take on that?
I think it just goes back to assuring them that everyone at camp will be very supportive. No one is going to judge you. There's going to be kids that are in the same boat as you on your first day there. And like I said, no one's going to judge you. The coaches will walk you through everything. They're not just going to throw you off into the deep end and have you fend for yourself. You're going to receive great instruction. And at the end of the day, in terms of public speaking, nobody cares as much as you think. I feel like we as humans are always very self-centered and self-conscious. We think, oh, everyone's watching me. Everyone's going to remember this one embarrassing thing I do. It's not like that at all. People are always too focused on themselves, and it's really up to you to get out there and put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, you only live once.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lola. Thank you so much for chatting and give us the opportunity to interview you. It's been really awesome, hearing your story. Starting with virtual, going to camp, being a CIT, now in Club Debate League. You've grown a lot, and we can see it. We can see it, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for the opportunity.
right.